So when was the last time you sat by a river? It doesn't have to be a river, but when was the last time you gave yourself just 10 minutes for yourself? I think in this day and age, we are so stressed, chronically stressed, and I think this is often talked about everywhere. We're living in constant stress, and we're not designed to do that as people. And I ask you a question: who are you? It's a very simple question, but we very rarely ask ourselves this question. Because as soon as we're born, we are told who we are. We're given a name. That's our first label, our first identification. Oh, you're Joe, you're Sam, you're Jenny, whoever. And as we grow up, we go into school and we're told what we're like by the teachers. You're too smart, you're too stupid, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too whatever. And our parents too tell us who we are. They might even tell us what we're going to be when we're older. We're programmed from day one. The problem with that is we grow up not actually knowing who we really are. If we're strong-minded enough, we might hold on to our interests, our hobbies, things that bring us joy. But we stop asking questions. And the reason we stop asking questions is because we become too scared of asking questions. Because when we're children, we are often told to shut up, be quiet, do as you're told. So we become like little robots. We become programmed to be a certain way, to fit in to society. And that doesn't even stop as we become adults. We go into the workplace and we're told what to do by bosses, colleagues. We're expected to do certain things. If we become parents, we are often told indirectly to be a certain parent in a certain way by society. If we don't have kids, we're judged. If we have one kid, we're judged. If we have many kids, we're judged. We are constantly being told who we are. It's my keys hold. And I think it's so sad because we lose our true identity and we become an identity molded by other people. And I think it's so important to just every so often come to a peaceful place like this beautiful by chance place. You know, we didn't research this place at all. We just think, right, let's just take 10 minutes, half an hour out of our day and come down here and just share some really deep thoughts with you to hopefully help you to spend some time asking yourself these questions, these deeper questions, and not being scared of the answers. Because when we allow ourselves to stop, just like Dreamling helped in the previous story, just to stop, to let that anxiety settle, the stress to settle, then we can start to remember who we really are, especially if we just take some time away from society, from other people. And for me, coming down to a river, sitting in nature, just getting out of the office and having no expectations. You know, maybe it's got a bit cloudy, it was a bit windy, nothing's quite perfect, you know, don't stress about making a perfect video. And just think, who am I? What do I really enjoy? What brings joy to my soul? You know, what would make you jump out of bed in the morning and think, I'm really excited for the day? The things we did as children often can help us remember that. What did you enjoy doing when you were younger? And maybe it's something as simple as just playing with friends or running around or creating up stories. And focusing on those things can really help us go back and find who we really are as people. And also to teach ourselves that it's okay to be who we really are and not to worry about the judgment of others all the time, because they're going through the same story as we are. They too also don't know who they are. They're also being judged by their society. Because I think the more we take time to de-stress and let our anxieties settle and just escape society, it really helps us find out who we really are. And it could lead us in a much more healthy direction in our lives and also find our true purpose. So I really hope this has helped, this video. Because if you think of it like nature, an animal is chased, like an antelope is chased by a tiger. And in that moment you have the fighting response, should I stay and fight or should I run away? The flight response, of course, runs away. And once the threat is gone, the tiger moves on and the antelope is there remembering that it doesn't have to be chased. And its heart settles, it relaxes, goes back to eating the leaves. But in our chaotic lives, we've forgotten that we are animals and we are living with the constant threat of being chased by a tiger, as it were. The boss that's always there every day, causing us stress, or the irritating work colleague, or the demanding mother-in-law, whoever it is. That threat never goes, and we never get that time to pause and just eat the grass. And the problem with that is our bodies don't get to regulate. And the longer we do that, the more chance we'll get sick in many different ways. It's like chronic illness comes from chronic stress. And if we don't just take some time, just 10 minutes a day, just to think, just to be, and get away from it. And it doesn't have to be by a river in nature. It can be just walking in the park, or sitting in your garden, or even on your terrace, or just being with friends. Being in a place that makes you happy and feels natural to you, where you're not forcing an image to the world. And the more we do that, the more we can regulate ourselves and find out who we are and who we're really meant to be. And I think this is what this channel is about. It's not just about cute stories with cute characters. It's also about finding slower living. Now my phone has fallen out. Slower living, just going with the flow like a river and not trying to make everything perfect. And I really hope you'll subscribe and become inspired by these little breaks. And even just listening to this has given you some time to think, and I really hope it's helped. Thank you for listening. See you next time.